Podcast problem number 72. Use the midpoint rule to estimate this, which means find the area underneath this parabola as x goes from 0 to 3. So you could draw the picture, but you really don't have to. First of all, delta x means subtract these two values, find the length of the interval on the x-axis, and then divide that into 12 equal pieces. So that's 3/12, or in other words, it's 1/4. Now, as far as drawing, all you really need to do is draw the x-axis from 0 to 3. And then it's going to go over by 1/4, and then another 1/4, and another 1/4, etc., until it gets to right here, which would be 2 3/4, or 2.75, and then to 3. Now, use the midpoint. So in the middle of 0 and 1/4, that would be half of the way, so 1/2 of 1/4 is 1/8. And then for these two, so one way to do it is you could say 3 minus 1/8, because I know that this little gap is the same as this little gap, and that gap is 1/8, so that would be 3 minus 1/8. So 3 minus 1/8, and then change that to a fraction. So this one is 23/8. Or another way to do it is take these two numbers, the 3 and the 2.75, and find the average. So add them together and divide by 2. And then you could use that decimal 2.875. Or if you change that to a fraction, it's still the 23/8. Okay, next, have the calculator add up the area of all of the rectangles. So it's going to be sum the sequence, and then it's going to be the function, which is x squared minus 3x. That gives you the height of each rectangle, and the width is the delta x. Then tell the calculator we're using x as the variable, and x is going to go from the 1/8 to the 23/8 in increments of delta x. So go to second list, math, and then get the sum. Go back to second list, operations, and get the sequence. And then our function is x squared minus 3x being multiplied with 1/4. And then x goes from 1/8 to 23/8. And the step is the delta x, that's 1/4. And the estimate is negative 4.516. Well, how could area be negative? That would mean that it's underneath the x-axis. Let's see if that's true. So graph x squared minus 3x. Change the interval to go from 0 to 3. And I don't know what to put for y values, so I'm just going to guess that it's negative 10 to 10. Oops, I made an error. That's never happened before. 0 to 3. Oh, I typed my negative 10 to 10 in the wrong place. Okay. And that is underneath the x-axis, so we should have gotten a negative. Now to see what the actual answer is, go to second calculate, go to number 7, that finds area, and then go from 0 to 3. And it says the actual answer is a negative 4.5. So our estimate is pretty good.